The 29th of June 2018 8:27 article. View option by Song Sang-ho. Pyeongtaek, South Korea, June 28. Yonhap, the U.S. Forces Korea (USFK) will open its new headquarters in Pyeongtaek, south of Seoul, on Friday, in a relocation project likely to broaden its security role long circumscribed by deterrence against North Korea. The USFK will hold a ceremony at 9:30 a.m. to celebrate the relocation from Yongsan, central Seoul, to Camp Humphreys, a sprawling complex about 70 kilometers south of the capital, after a delay caused by residents' protests, budgetary issues and massive construction work to prevent floods. South Korean Defense Minister Song Young-moo and USFK Commander Gen. Vincent Brooks are set to deliver congratulatory remarks at the ceremony that will mark the end of the decades-long American troop presence at the heart of Seoul. The new USFK headquarters, spanning 240,000 square meters, consists of a 4-story main building with a 2-story annex. This photo from the U.S. Forces Korea's Facebook account shows its new headquarters at Camp Humphreys in Pyeongtaek, about 70 kilometers south of Seoul. Yonhap, the 8th Army, a ground USFK component, already relocated its headquarters to Pyeongtaek in July, while service members of the USFK and the US-led UN Command (UNC) are set to move to Pyeongtaek by the end of the year. The South Korea-US Combined Forces Command is to move to a separate 7-story building inside Seoul's Ministry of National Defense by year's end. Friday's ceremony comes amid brisk diplomacy aimed at the North's denuclearization and the establishment of a peace regime, which analysts said could lead to a reduction, or pullout, of the USFK or a shift in its role and modus operandi. Nam Chong-hee, security expert at INHA University, said that the relocation raises the prospect of the USFK undertaking a broad role as a regional security purveyor. The U.S. 2nd Infantry Division, situated in the North's infiltration route, had served as a tripwire for defense against the North, but as it moves to a rear area further south, its role could be readjusted to undertake a security mission beyond the peninsula, he said. After all, the South and the U.S. apparently affirmed through action that their alliance not only targets the North but also seeks to play a central role on the peninsula, in Northeast Asia and the world, he added. The Allies agreed to the relocation program in May 2003. The agreement came as Washington was seeking for greater strategic flexibility in its USFK operations, in line with its military realignment program, called the Global Defense Posture Review. The $10.7 billion program, partially funded by Seoul, seeks to consolidate U.S. bases across the peninsula into 2 garrisons in Pyeongtaek and Daegu. It is comprised of the Yongsan Relocation Plan (YRP) and the Land Partnership Plan (LPP), which call for moving the USFK and UNC headquarters in Seoul, and troops north of the capital to Pyeongtaek, respectively. The USFK established its Yongsan headquarters in July 1957 after the end of the 1950–53 Korean War. A large group of U.S. troops first entered the peninsula in September 1945, less than a month after Korea was liberated from Japan's 36-year colonial rule. Their mission was to disarm Japanese troops south of the 38th parallel, a line drawn by the United States and the then Soviet Union. At the time, Washington sent to Korea its 24th Army Corps consisting of the 6th, 7th and 40th Divisions that took charge of the southwestern region, Seoul and the surrounding areas, and the southeastern region, respectively, as part of the then U.S. military administration. In November 1945, the number of American troops in Korea topped 70,000. As part of its post-war military realignment, Washington began curtailing its troops in East Asia, then a region of less strategic significance than Europe. In June 1949, it withdrew all troops in Korea except for some 500 of the U.S. Military Advisory Group. Subsequently, the 24th Corps was dissolved, while the 6th and 8th Armies in Japan were disassembled and scaled back, respectively. As a result, only the 8th Army, 5th Air Force and 7th Fleet, all under the U.S. Far East Command, were left in East Asia. Following the North's invasion on June 25, 1950, American troops returned to the peninsula to defend the South under a UN mandate. During the Korean War, the U.S. dispatched more than 320,000 troops to the South. Currently, the USFK maintains some 28,500 troops. But the troop level can drop below that number or swell to over 30,000 due to the presence of rotational units or training exercises. Look at yna.co.kr and